It's okay? Akiko-san, we can start now.
Thank you very much for attending our memorial gathering for Irei no Hi, Okinawa Memorial Day. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II and the Pacific War, including the battle in Okinawa. June 23rd is recognized as the official end of the Battle of Okinawa and is a holiday in Okinawa Prefecture. On this day, people in the Okinawa Island mourn and pray for peace. We stand in solidarity with the people of Okinawa to emphasize the importance of peace, especially during these challenging times in our country and around the world. We will never forget the precious lives that were lost and brutally taken from their families. We will never forget those who are currently facing the fear of war. We will continue to advocate for peace. We will continue to reject war. Peace for Okinawa, peace for the world. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we have a wonderful speeches and music. The first music is by, Okinawa music. It's called Tinsagu no hana. It's a traditional song for, for kids, preaching kids to listen to your ancestors and parents and respect the life. And you know that Tinsagu no hana is a red flower. They use its juice for, dyeing their nails, like a manicure. So take that Okinawa, the spirit, ancestor spirit, into your body, into your soul. That's the meaning of this song. Thank you so much. Next, we got a wonderful speech from Okinawa written by Ishihara Masaie. He is one of the core person. He's a historian and researcher. He was the core thinker of making up this cornerstone of peace. It, like symbolizes and, realize the spirit of all the life is treasure. And so I asked for, of our friends to read his speech. So please.
Hello. Hello. 30 years have passed since the Cornerstone of Peace was established in 1995. The Battle of Okinawa was a fierce fight between Americans and British forces and the Japanese forces. Non-combatant civilians, including babies, were caught up in the ground battles and suffered severe casualties. American military historians describe the battle as all of hell gathered in one place. The Cornerstone of Peace is engraved with the names of all the war dead, regardless of whether they were friend or foe, soldiers or civilians in that war. In other words, it has come to represent the battlefield itself. The most significant feature of the Cornerstone of Peace is that it does not represent which country won or lost, but the fact that there is nothing but sorrow for the bereaved families, whether they belong to the winning or the losing country. Therefore, the Cornerstone of Peace shows in a concrete and tangible way how cruel and vain war is, not only to human beings, but also to all living creatures, including all animals and plants, and the foolishness of human beings who start the wars.
Okay. The idea by those people who founded and erected the Cornerstone of Peace of inscribing the names of all the more than 240,000 people who died in a war together in one place came from various antidotes. Among some who died on the battlefield when they were heavily wounded and knew they could not survive, they carved their names into tree trunks near where they lay, as they hoped that when the war ended and someone would find their remains, they would know who died there. There are also stories of people who died in internment camps, incarcerated by the United States military, whose names were carved into wooden boards in their memory. The desire to record the names of the deceased for their memory is universal and has existed in every country from olden days until now. The Cornerstone of Peace was born out of these feelings. In other words, the names engraved on it represent the remains of those who perished during the war. I want to share a story with you.
Do I give
I heard a story about a girl who was running away from a battlefield in the mountains with her little sister on her back. But the younger sister was hit and died. The older girl buried her sister nearby, but after the war, she searched for her sister's remains, but could not find them. Every June, she felt heartbroken and suffered headaches. However, when she found her sister's name inscribed on the Cornerstone of Peace, she felt that she could finally reunite with her sister and could retrieve her bones and could finally achieve peace of mind. The elder sister happened to be my neighbor, and I heard her story from her directly. But even now, there are people in the world consumed by war. If the remains of the hundreds of thousands or millions of people who died in the war were not picked up and left as they were on that battlefield, a war would never be able to start there again. However, in that case, people could not live on that land. Therefore, we collect the remains and establish graves for individuals or mounds of bones for unknown people. So the cornerstone of peace also works as a substitute for the mound of bones representing the battlefield where remains are present, without distinction between ally or enemy. Therefore, we have insisted that the cornerstone of peace is to build a spirit that rejects and denies war. Never again to start another foolish and senseless war on this earth. Thank you.
Now a committee was formed to organize a project to read out all the names inscribed on the cornerstone of peace. Every year in June, volunteers read out all these names. We are currently in the 4th name reading, in this, the 80th year after the war and the 30th year since the cornerstone of peace was erected. Right before my retirement from the university, I came up with a new idea to assign the students to read out the names of the people from their hometown inscribed on the cornerstone of peace. When I read the students' reports, I found that they said that tears welled up in their eyes as they read out those names. I learned that when one reads out the names, even the names of people one doesn't know directly, people can feel the presence of specific individuals. Last year, 5,800 people participated in reading the names. It is beyond my imagination that the circle of people reading out these names has been spreading across age and region, even overseas. While new wars are happening all over the world like a whack-a-mole, the project of reading out all the names of the cornerstone of peace has given birth to a new peace movement that is completely different from any that we have seen before. I believe that this kind of movement will have tremendous power to eradicate war by encompassing war-torn areas and by instilling the spirit of peace in everyone. Thank you all so much. Heiwa, not senso, heiwa.
Thank you so much. It's too long. Thank you, Phyllis, Julie, Linda, and John for helping to read out. And you know that the Memorial Day in Okinawa is a very huge day for them. And even despite the people's strong wish for peace, the new U.S. military base is being constructed, and some people doing a fasting hunger strike, 4 days before that Memorial Day. And also I checked the internet today, and they show the official ceremony in Okinawa where Prime Minister of Japan visited and made a sort of like their speech. And one of the audience, he's a tiny white-haired guy but very loud voice. He shouted, Ishiba, his name, Prime Minister, promise don't make Okinawa battlefield again. He shouted, kept shouting. That's how the meaning of this day and the place. Thank you so much. So we have another music by people. This is called Bashofu. Like singing about the very beauty of the island of Okinawa.
ってたかりして。これ全部じゃないよ。ところどころ自分が呼ばれてた。
Thank you so much. Today we have a wonderful, wonderful guest. I'm a speaker, Kathy Carey, who is very, very well known peace activist, and she is part of the people who has been fasting 40 days in front of UN to stop the war in Gaza, ceasefire, and stop all the massacres and anything. So we have she wonderfully came up to us to share her thought. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I mostly wanted to say thank you to Hideko. She has accompanied us week after week as people have longed for peace. And we know that the Okinawan people, along with all of the island peoples, have tried to help us ask the most important question. How can we learn to live together without killing one another? Thank you for entrusting that question to us. How can we learn to live together without killing one another? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now the time for Grannies. Are you ready? Yeah. New York Metro Raising Grannies, sing the song for us.
Those for peace. Those for peace. It's working. All three mics. We use all three mics. Where's Alice? We don't see how they do it. We'll try our best. Where's Alice? The lyrics to this were written by Alice Sutter. She's the one on the guitar. Step up to the mic. It doesn't work if you stand there like you're hiding. Get on top of it. Like.
We're honored to be here with everyone commemorating Okinawa. No more war. No bases, no bombing, no war.
Why are we silent while so many die? Why are we silent while so many die? Why are we silent while so many die? No bases, no bombing, no more. No bases, no bombing, no more. Why build that base in Hanako Bay? Coral reefs and seagrass torn away. Life destroyed, dugongs can't play. No bases, no bombing, no more. No bases, no bombing, no more. In Okinawa, people cry out for peace. Their memorial Greek soldiers, U.S. and Japanese. Okinawa civilians lost beyond belief. No bases, no bombing, no more. No bases, no bombing, no more.
Okinawa people, you're strong. Also from Alice. In Hanako Bay, Okinawa people say no way. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people suffered many years of war. They stand so strong, they won't take any more. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people, you're strong. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people protest day and night to make the government do what's right. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people protest in their canoe. We gotta learn to be just like you. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're strong. Sing with us. Okinawa people, you're strong. Okinawa people, you're strong. People are rising for justice. Okinawa people, you're
York City.
Thank you, everyone. That's it. We're honored to be part. We got a lot of other people.
Well, you know, I see somebody's face I capture. That's how I am. And Sally is here with us. So can you share your work?
Thank you, Hinoko, for letting me say a couple words. My name is Sally Jones from Staten Island with Peace Action, and I am so proud to be here today. I've missed a couple of the Okinawa Memorial, and it's such a pleasure to see so many people here and to see the response of people who are curious as they walk by. Because what we understand is that the next generation needs to learn the stories of the past. It doesn't happen automatically. We have to tell the stories. We have to explain what happened in 1945. And that, by explaining these stories, we hope that the message for peace and the futility of war will pass on to the next generation. And stories are the best way to do that. And I suspect that many of the people who are passing by today come from many different countries that were affected by World War II. They may have relatives, maybe some of their ancestors died in Okinawa. We don't know, and maybe they don't know either. So this is really important, what is happening today, and thank you so much for letting me say a couple words. Thank you.
Hello, camera lady.